So, what's up, guys? I figured now would be a kind of a good time to do like an update on the situation and whatnot, what's going on. Because I realize I'm kind of throwing out a whole bunch of shit on Instagram, like I'm doing this engine, I'm doing that engine, and I guess it kind of could be confusing if I'm not documenting like this or whatnot. So, I figured I'd do that today. Here's the row over here. You can't tell the white beater's covering the built B18 block, and or the built for boost B18 block, and then that's Raheem's engine over there. That's done. The only thing I need to do for that is put the valve cover gasket on, and I guess potentially I scrape that fucking intake manifold gasket off and put an intake manifold on. But there's a good chance that I'm just gonna tell Raw to pick up. I was just debating on some shit. Anyway, I definitely need to make space, so if there's really not much else I can do. So I guess that's just time to be picked up for that. And of course the short block I'm stuck on because I don't have ARB headset, so I cannot continue with that. That's stuck for right now. Same thing with the K20A3 with the Type R pistons and 88mm bore. Can't really complete that because the heads over there is for that. It needs to be milled. Something about not having a job kind of puts a hold on personal projects, right? Okay, so on that, I guess a good note. I got 3 people that called. The one that I've already drug tested for, that seems to be a go. It was a surprise for me because it's more of an automotive shop. They barely have anything heavy duty diesel. And when I went in there, I didn't bullshit the lady, man. I was like, look, man, I'm coming here. I mean, on your website, you all have tractors, and I don't see any tractors here. They actually have I thought I was going to the wrong place at first because I pulled up to the goddamn courthouse, the police department. And they work in the back of the police department. There's a cop with a fucking drug dog back there. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And apparently they're a company that's old. They work out of Texas and in Tennessee, but they just recently got a contract down here with the city servicing their vehicles, right? And I was like, look, I can do anything, there's not anything that I can't do automotive. If you give me enough time, I can figure out something even if I've never done it before. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't do automotive because, to be honest, automotive just doesn't pay. And the lady was like, how much you make before? How much you want to make? I'm like, I was making 23. Give me 23 and I'm down. I was like, or it's got to be close. At this point, I need a job. I've been out of work for too long, so I really need to go. And she's willing to work on me. I was willing to work with her. And then she's like, I'll give you 23. She goes, maybe I can even work out till you get a little bit more. I'm like, damn, okay. You match my pay. I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to out there. And I've been up there twice now because I had to drop off paperwork after my drug test and shit. And it's very slow paced. And she even sold me on that. It's slow paced. They just need bodies. They need people to work. And I'm like, I'm down for that. Good work environment. I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do, and I'll be the best at it. And on top of that too, they promote getting the CDL, and which I don't have, amazingly, as a diesel mechanic, and ASCs. So this is a shop that's going to pay me to advance myself, even though the work isn't going to be too hard. So it seems, anyway, like I said, she seemed really hyped up to get me there, to send me for the drug test. I went the next day, so that's already been done. I'm just waiting for the results of the piss test to come back to get a start date, I guess. I'm drug free, guys, so should be no problem. I should be starting. In the meantime, too, another diesel fleet company did hit me up, and I got an interview on Monday. They wanted me to do it tomorrow, but then they called me back to let me know that the hiring manager is gone until Monday. So, but I would imagine that I will be working by Friday, or at least have a start date by Friday for the other place. But I held out my chances for Coke because I thought Coca-Cola was going to call me back because the guy seemed pretty sure, and he didn't. So I wasted several days there because of that. So I'm not going to make the same mistake twice, even though, like I said, I've already been sent for the drug test, so the hiring process has happened. And so anyway, the great thing about that is me going back to work. It's the sooner me getting back to doing my projects and shit. Now, the shitty situation is because I've been out of work for so long, and I haven't really made any money off engines or whatnot. We can't really fuck around with money. We got money in the bank, but we can't fuck around too much. And on top of that, we got to move in December. Like December 1st, we got to be out of here. So that kind of puts a damper on me because my wife gets paid bi-weekly at her new job, and now I'm going to be getting paid bi-weekly. So we still got the rest of our bills we got to pay. So there's that. Transition is going to be a pain in the ass. So unfortunately, I can't just go back to work and immediately go back into funding projects because I'm going to need to save up several $1,000s to put for a new deposit on a new place. So there's that update there. Hopefully I can sell this locally and make up at least a week's worth of pay, or close to a week's worth of pay. I still have my built K28-2 for sale. I am going to remove the K24 short block I posted up. I'm not going to sell that now. Nobody's going to give me what I want for it locally, so yeah, I'm not even going to bother. And I might put a B20 bear block on eBay for a couple $100, see if I get lucky there. Because nobody's asked me for any builds recently. Usually when people ask me for builds, I was doing the high compression B20, but that's not seeming to be the case recently, so I'm going to sell that out. I think I only have one more B18 crank, and I just picked up another B18 block the other day. So I have one more B18 to go off of, and the B20, if you know, I have 2 blocks, 1 crank, and if I don't have anybody asking for a specific B20 build, then I guess having the block sitting there is just kind of pointless, because I'm not just gonna, unlike with the K series, I'm not just gonna throw that together and hope for a buyer, because the B series right now, the cranks are more valuable to me. Like, it just seems like I get these K20s a lot cheaper recently than I get the B18s and B20s. Or I mean, the price for cranks hasn't really changed too much. It's still like $80, but still, I'm spending like $200 for K20 short blocks or whatnot, like good ones, not the A3 or whatnot, like this shit is. But anyway, I just don't want to let go of my B series shit until I'm done with my own personal stuff. And then once I move past it, then hopefully, so I'm doing my little suicide block for the B18 over there, and then the next B series build I'm going to be doing after that will be for the Tron Pistons, and that'll be probably the last B series I do for me. Like, I don't know, indefinitely. I just don't see me doing another. After I use these Tron Pistons, I don't see me doing another B series build. It's going to be either a single cam or K series. And the single cam, I only mention that because I already have a single cam built. I just have to put it in something. It's still not a priority, but luckily for me, it's a small engine block, so it doesn't really get in the way of things. So I'll just keep carrying that around, toting it around. I guess the next 2 engines I'm going to build right now are going to be back-to-back quick succession. They're going to be short blocks only, so they won't take me nearly as much time as this does. Guys, putting the head on, the timing, adjusting valves, the fucking oil pump, the oil pan, all that shit, like, it's all little stuff you wouldn't imagine it would take a long time, but it literally adds days to the work. That's why I don't like doing them. That, and because transporting is a lot more of a pain in the ass. Now, picking the engine up off the stand is relatively easy. Deadlifting this from the floor is a lot harder. Why? Because it's awkward, right? So to pick up a long block, to get it high, you need to be able to hold it as high. Like, if you're holding up something heavy, you want to be able to hold it up as high on your chest as you can get it, right? Because it gives you more stability when you're carrying the damn thing. When you're holding it kind of low, it's sagging and swinging, and it's just a lot more unwieldy to hold. Now, the problem is it's just, these engines aren't very easy to just pick up like that when they're off the floor, so it's more of a pain in the ass. So the thing is, I'm willing to deliver to the Orlando area or Tampa area, right? For one reason, because I have both areas. I have places I can go. Like, I can take the family to Legoland. Oh, we got those annual passes. I can take my family to Legoland, so I can actually make a trip of delivering this to Tampa area or Orlando area, and in Tampa area, my mother lives. So if I go to the Tampa area, I can go see my mom, take the kids to see their grandmother. So that's good for the family as well. Okay, so I kind of got off track there. I said the next 2 builds I'm going to do are going to be short blocks, right? I bought rings and I bought pistons the other day. Now, I bought rings for the K20, so I'm going to do another poor man's K20A3. Just like I said, just going to be another block. I don't imagine it'll sell unless that's posted really cheap. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that or not. I probably will. I'll probably try my hand at posting half the price posted for this, and I might get a buyer at that point. I'm going to just build it, toss it under the thing. That's probably the first build I'm going to do. No, it's not probably. It's definitely going to be the first build I do. That's the one I'm going to do tomorrow. I'd actually start it tonight, but I don't feel like traipsing around in my backyard. There's too much clutter back there, and there's a lot of mosquitoes. So I'm just gonna wait for tomorrow to grab that engine block I put on the stand, and then probably tomorrow night start the actual build. It should be quick. I'm gonna re-hone the block real quick just because I was poking around the other day. I seen that a little bit of rust built up in the top of one of the cylinders, but the block is already cleaned and painted, and it was honed before that little bit of rust area. I might even be able to get away with just wiping it off with a Scotch-Brite pad real quick. Well, I have to wait and see. But that's gonna go on the stand. I might even bolt the crank in real quick and then swap over pistons and then do the pistons and rods later that night, because dropping in pistons usually takes a little longer because you got to make sure you check the gap of the rings and everything before you put it together. And then tomorrow, at some point in time in the afternoon, I'm going to drop by the machine shop to take these P29 pistons, right? Oh, shit. Let's see. I posted on Instagram earlier. Anyway, guys, for those of you that are just recently finding me on YouTube or whatnot and haven't followed me on Instagram, Instagram's a really important place. For generally speaking, I used to talk a lot on Facebook, and I'm not saying that I don't talk a lot on Facebook anymore, but if you want to see what's going on day-to-day project or whatnot, Instagram's a good place to follow me to see what the fuck I'm doing, even when I'm not posting. So you see, these are the P29 pistons, right? Now, of course, compression is depending on the block and head combo you use. I think Y7 block is what I'm going to put it in. So if you use a Y7 block with Y8 head, I think it's like 12 and change compression. It's pretty high, but still use pump with them. So great. I think those P29 pistons are like the highest compression you can get from without going over the E85. So that's a really good block to build for single cam lovers, for purpose built single cam. Like I said the other day, I think I'm just going to get back to my roots with building single cams. Once I get this shit out of here, the K20s and the K series and the B series, I think that I won't be buying any more B&Ks unless somebody asks me to build one, or if I have something I want to do for myself. But right now I have so many fucking engines that once I build that Tron block, which is going to be kind of far off, because when I go to that build, I'm going to have actually send that out to Jeff, and I'm going to get CSS that block and stuff, and I'm going to do that one. I'm going to really push that block. That's going to be a big one for me. So I'm just going to focus on stocking up single cams until the day comes where I can actually have a shop, and then maybe I can have I'll have more space, and then I can have a better inventory. Or if God willing, I manage to get a bigger house when I move. And then if that's the case, then if I have like a big back area that's actually part of the house where I can stack up engine blocks in a row without them being in the way, then I'll definitely carry on. Because you see that K20 right there is sitting pretty well. It's not, I mean, it looks like it's leaning against the couch, but it's not. The pan, because it was so sloped, I was worried when I was taking it off that I was going to put it on the ground and it was going to tilt over before I could arrange my position to keep it. And it didn't. It sits on there perfectly, actually. So I can imagine one day having multiple K-Series long blocks just, stashed in a row. Of course, I'd like to have blocks of everything stashed in a row. But, of course, long blocks, I guess, will be a little bit fewer and further between because it'd only be for local pickup. Oh, no, that reminds me. I wanted to talk about that, too. So I was doing some digging around out of curiosity and boredom the other day. And I was watching this guy's video. He was freight shipping a 350Z engine and like supercharger on it and everything, and he got a pallet and he built his own box around the engine, and then he put the palletized engine in his pickup truck and then took it to a company, and the shipping that he paid was $188, right? So that's not a lot of money. That's actually right around what I charge, or that's right around what I get charged to send the short block. So I'm like, fuck, but you gotta imagine there's the cost of the parts for the box that he spent the money on the box, and then also so he spent the money on the box, and then also most importantly he delivered it to the place instead of them coming and picking it up. So because he delivered, that also saved him money. So I don't know how much it would cost for one of these places to come to you to pick it up, because I don't have a forklift, and if I palletize an engine block, I'm damn sure not picking it up. So I guess if I had a truck, I could probably rig a system with a cherry picker to do that. But anyway, the whole point of me talking about this is not because I'm gonna be palletizing and shipping long blocks now. Although I think that if I was able to ship a long block, it'd probably open up to a couple more customers, because I have had people that want to buy, but they want to buy a complete engine because they don't want to deal with trying to put a head on it and timing and all that shit. And I understand. The whole point of me talking about this is I definitely see freight shipping in my future. I think I've said before that I don't think I'll ever will, but yeah, if I ever get to the point where I have a real shop, I'll see about doing that. I'll see about shipping, working out my own setup with palletizing and shipping long blocks. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, so I guess that's really it. All I had to talk about tomorrow. I'm gonna do the K20A3. I'm gonna go to the with the A2 pistons. Go to the machine shop, drop off the P29 pistons with the single cam rods, have those pressed over, and then if I'm not lazy, if I complete that K20A3 tomorrow, and I pick up the single cam rods by the weekend, because I imagine it usually takes a day or two for them to get back for the press on. So once I do that, then I can start the single cam build, and hopefully I'll have 2 more blocks done by the end of the weekend. Because I would imagine that, like I said, I imagine I'm going to get a call back from by Friday to tell me when I'm starting, because I took the drug test Tuesday, so 2 or 3 days for the results. And if I get a call back on Friday, I would imagine I'm going to tell her, hey, look, I'll start work the next week. So yeah, so hopefully I have 2 more blocks done, and the single cam block will be for sale. Willing to sell it for $650 shipped. I might be willing to do a little bit less. If you guys are interested up in that, hit me up and make an offer, and I'll tell you whether I'm willing to take it or not. But it's gonna be close to that $650 range. I think I even offered it as a discount the other day on Instagram. Yeah, $650 shipped, because you gotta remember, guys, $150 to $180 goes to shipping. So I gotta make some profit off of what I'm fucking doing here. So there's that, and then I guess I'd be willing to do the K20A3 short block as well. I might even do that for less than the A3. So, I mean, not the A3, less than the Y7 with the P29 pistons, right? Let's do like a super discount for the poor man's A3. Let's see. I offered it for $500 shipped before. Yeah, I think I gotta stick with that price, $500 shipped, because, like I said, $150 to $180 for shipping. Yeah, kind of cutting it into there. At this point, it's not even about parts, man. It's just labor, because, I mean, if you guys are watching on Instagram, you see how long it took me to put this goddamn thing together. Yeah, so give a follow on Instagram, guys. I like to grow that Instagram following. Plus, like I said, it's a good way to keep track on what's going on. And when I am offering to sell shit, it is generally there on Instagram. I did talk to Christian earlier from the Honda Vlogs, and he mentioned that he could set up a website for me, and that would be fucking awesome. If I can get a website, that'll organize short blocks I have for sale, and then I can actually, even if I have a place where I can list all my shit at, I mean, there is eBay, but I don't know, I'm kind of sketch on eBay. But anyway, there are other miscellaneous parts I have for sale. Like, I did make $100 off of some fucking EG Integra disc brakes I had the other day, rear disc brakes, and that's just, I sold them that cheap because I was hooking up a homie. So there are a bunch of things I have laying around, like a bunch of small things like engine parts and shit. For those of you guys, like, I have had people hit me up for pistons and rods, OEM pistons and rods before. Probably not cranks, guys, because I'm greedy with cranks. But bare blocks that are prepped and ready to go, whatever short blocks I have for sale, I'm possibly considering rebuilding some heads and having that for sale, shit like that. If I have a place where I could stock an inventory, it'll give me some motivation to actually list more things I have that I'm willing to get rid of, and then hopefully go from there. And there's still the Patreon thing to consider. I have it, I just haven't really launched it. I don't know. Let's see. I got to go back to the website and look at it again and see what I can possibly do. The main reason why I haven't pushed the Patreon thing is just because of the incentives, man. Like, there's not really much I can offer you guys that I don't already offer for free. For you guys to be donating. So I don't know. Alright, I guess that's all I got to talk about. I don't know if I'm going to be making any more videos in the immediate future. I kind of like shat out all my ideas today. So, like I said, just go check out Instagram and whatnot to keep track of what the fuck I've got going on around the house, because I don't think, unless I get an itch, that I'm going to be filming anything in the immediate future. Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.